Hello and welcome, Lynx here, and it is time for another day of shenanigans with Sakura Succubus 7. Last episode, well, I would describe it as productive, because that's what it turned out into, sort of. What should we expect today? I don't know, maybe a bit of chaos, given that supposedly Ayu will be joining us. Let's see. The following morning soon arrives, and I awake once more in my futon, alongside a half-clothed Stephania. I would prefer Elizabeth, but well. After greeting me sleepily with a small smile, Stephania rises, then retreats to the bathroom. She showers, brushes her teeth, and changes in double quick time, conscious, I think, that I'm waiting for her. I'm waiting for Elizabeth. I freshen up myself once Stephania has finished, then make my way to the kitchen. This morning, just like the last, finds Elizabeth by the stove, cooking our breakfast. Elizabeth prepared pancakes yesterday, but today she seems determined to use the miso paste she bought last night during her trip to the store. Huh. Today's breakfast, once Elizabeth is finished with it, is fashioned in the traditional Japanese style. Miso soup, white rice, pickled plums, and the braised salmon she spoke about so passionately the night prior. The meal is hearty, and it tastes authentic enough, despite Elizabeth being staunchly European.
What do you think of today's repast, milady, Mr. Gaswara? Is it to your liking? Indeed it is! I think your food is perfectly delicious, Lizzie! Nobody is better at cooking than you!
Oh boy. If Hiroki would be to say the same. Oh boy.
But I'm afraid a touch hyperbolic. While I know I'm skilled enough in the kitchen, I'm by no means the best cook around, particularly not when it comes to Japanese dishes. I fear I still need more practice. I'm not accustomed to using those kinds of ingredients, nor these flavor profiles. Miso, in particular, is rather unique.
Is it?
What do you think about it, Mr. Gaswara? You're more familiar with Japanese flavor profiles than either milady or myself, so you'd be a better judge on the matter. Is the food I cooked acceptable?
I think tastes great. It's not bad, but... Dude, of course I'm going to say first one. I think it tastes great. It's more than acceptable. It tastes great. I don't think it'd be out of place in a restaurant. Although
what? If you have any complaints, no matter how small, please let me know. I fear I will not be able to improve otherwise. Do not worry about sparing my feelings. I wish to know your honest opinion.
Well, for the food does taste good. I think the flavor of the miso soup is a bit understated. I think you could have been more generous with the miso paste. It isn't quite as good as my mother's miso soup. Or Hifumi's. Glad he mentioned that. I smile. But maybe you could ask Hifumi for pointers if you ever get a chance. She's really good at cooking, like really good. Especially when it comes to Japanese food. I'm sure she'd be able to give you more actionable advice than I can.
My, is my mistress truly talented at cooking?
I think she prepares fairly simple dishes, but she imbues them with so much flavor. They are to die for. I have not seen her in so long.
Oh, now I wish I could try miso soup myself. I knew my mistress was talented karate player and a professional actress, but I had no idea she was talented in kitchen too.
Now that she pointed this out, is Stephania talented in anything at all?
Dude, I think she isn't.
Anyway.
I suppose this could not come as too much of a surprise, for my mistress is an amazing woman, she can do anything. Hifumi is amazing. I can hope to be as talented as she is.
No chance.
I see. Thank you for the feedback, Mr. Gasawara. It is most appreciated. If I am to prepare further Japanese dishes for you and milady in the future, I shall try not to be so stingy with my flavor profiles. I wish to prepare food that is worthy of your discerning palates. Worthy even of being prepared by Yamamoto Hifumi herself. I can tell I have a long way to go, but I shall not be disheartened. I vow henceforth that I shall do my very best. You always do, Lizzie. You're such a hard worker. You say that as for it's commendable, but I assure you it is not. As your top mate, I ought to work hard. I would not forgive myself if I did not.
So you say, but this food is plenty edible. It's better than my sorry attempts at cooking. I always half-ass things.
I'm not very good at it myself. Not surprised. I must confess, I always seem to make pots and pans explode.
How?
My parents banned me from using the palace's kitchens after my attempt at making cookies set the oven afire.
How? What? Did that really happen?
Oh yeah, I almost signed my eyebrows off when I tried to take my cookies out of the oven.
I think partially it happened.
The cookies were, of course, unsalvageable. They were burned to a crisp. Oh, it was such a pity. I want to bake Lizzie something for her birthday, you see, but it resulted in utter failure. Liz tried one of my cookies, blackened for it was, and she said it was good, but I know she was only trying to spare my feelings. Lizzie is very considerate like that. I was not being considerate, milady. I tried one of your cookies because I wished to, knowing that it was something you created with your own two hands.
Right.
For its flavor was not the best. That is a nice way of saying that it was unspeakably awful. I still enjoy it and appreciate it because you made those cookies with me in mind.
Right. Not gonna lie, Elizabeth, you are too easy on the princess. Anyway.
It was a very precious, valuable gift, one I shall not forget in a hurry. But please never cook again. I was immensely flattered, but please never cook again. I'm glad to hear it, for you did fall ill after forcing that cookie down. You were bedbound for 2 whole days.
Wow. Were Stephania's cookies really that awful? Could be intrigued just how bad could they have tasted. I'm not. I almost want to try one myself, but maybe that'd be akin to signing my own death warrant, yeah. The three of us continued to eat, all while engaged in idle chatter. The minutes slip by, and eventually we clear our plates. Elizabeth collects our dishes, then begins to wash them. Stephania offers to help, but Elizabeth rejects her offer like she always does. I wonder why. I guess Elizabeth doesn't need any help when it comes to household chores. Anyway, because she finishes the cleanup in double quick time, then begins to sweep the kitchen. A few minutes pass by, as denoted by the clock upon my wall, when...
Good morning, everyone! How are you? I'm doing fine, thank you. I hope you didn't miss me too much. It's very good to see you again. Goldsmith! I'm very glad to see you too. The pleasure is all mine. Likewise. You proved to be most competent tour guide during yesterday's excursion. I'm looking forward to experiencing today's itinerary, as I believe is the lady. Yeah, of course! I can hardly wait. Woohoo! I'm glad to hear it.
Cosmos shoots both Elizabeth and Stephania a thumbs up.
I'll do my best. I don't want to let either of you down. Why, if I disappoint you, you might behead me. Why would I do something like that?
That should be done to politicians if they don't deliver. Dude, every politician in Poland would be... And nobody would complain. By the way.
Well, I don't know. You're a princess. If Mary could issue an order to behead me, you could. I know what royalty are like. 1 minute it's all, let them eat cake, and the next it's, off with their heads. I think you might have the wrong idea about me and about Astoria in general. I'm not a tyrant. I would never order anybody's execution, and even if I wanted to, I couldn't.
I would. Or, you know, execution of a certain... Oh no, on him, execution would be too much. We need to make him suffer. The guy of certain extremely lying country from the East Europe. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Capital punishment is illegal in Astoria. We haven't executed anybody in over a century. Oh, really? I didn't know that. I guess I don't need to worry quite so much about incurring your wrath then. That means I can relax.
When are you anything other than relaxed? I smiled at Cosmos, then glanced around my kitchen curiously. Where is Ayu? I thought she was supposed to be coming with you.
Oh, Ayu's here. She was just too shy to introduce herself. I think she was afraid that Steffi here might be some kind of haughty olive princess. Well, now we know Steffi has never and would never execute anybody. There is nothing to worry about. You can come out, Ayu. Say hello. Don't be shy now. Here, Ayu. There is a good girl. Alright.
I hear a familiar voice drifting from the doorway, then see a familiar face. A very pink pastel Ayu steps in the kitchen, her hands on her hips. I'm actually not sure if this is a new outfit. I mean, Cosmos definitely had a new one. Which I think happens quite often for Cosmos. Let's see, Succubus 1, Ayu, with Cosmos. Okay, she was wearing the idol outfit, so I don't know if this is a new one. Sakura Succubus 2, again in an idol outfit. Succubus 3. By the way, I'm looking at CGs right now. Unfortunately, I don't have any other option. Again in an idol outfit, I would say. Succubus 4. This one is different. Okay, so in Succubus 4 it was a different outfit. Which means she was also given... Oh, wait a second. Sakura Succubus 5. This is the same outfit. I was wearing the same thing she had in Sakura Succubus 5. Yes. About 6... I'm not certain. Because the one CG with her is in the Succubus form. Anyway. I think I was trying to appear cool and unaffected, but I can see 2 pink spots on her cheeks. Is she embarrassed?
You don't need to call after me, Cosmos, like I'm some kind of dog. You're the one who thinks you're an animal, not me. I would never demean myself by wearing a silly pair of animal ears.
Ayu harums, her expression haughty, before she turns her attention to Stephania and Elizabeth.
I know what Cosmos has told you about me. If anything, well, please don't judge me based on her spotty testimony. I was not anxious about meeting you, not at all. I'm not an anxious person in general, really. What do I have to be anxious about when I'm so wonderful? Oh, ho, 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 ho.
Oof. Talk about forced laughter. Kind of. It's obvious, I was trying to put up a front, but the front of hers is awfully flimsy. She was totally panicking before she came here. In fact, I think she's still panicking, otherwise her laughter wouldn't sound that high-pitched.
Now please let me introduce myself, on the off chance, unlikely for it is, that you do not know who I am. Ahem! My name is Ikue Ayu, and I'm a famous idol, beloved by all. My songs are all at the top of the charts, and there is a nary, a man or woman in Tokyo, knowing all of Japan, who does not know my name. I'm incredibly busy, of course, owing to my immense, overwhelming popularity, but I was able to take some time from my schedule to pay the pair of you a visit. Consider yourself grateful, peons, that I will be generous enough to bestow my exalted presence upon you. Bow at my feet and offer me tribute and... Oh my gosh.
Stephania cuts Ayu off, her eyes wide with shock.
I really where are you? There you where are you? What? Yeah, I am. Is there a problem with that? Oh no, there is no problem. It is quite the contrary. In fact, you see, I'm a big fan of your music. Eh? You are? Yeah, indeed. I love all of your CDs, particularly your debut. I've listened to it so many times. I know the words from every song of my heart.
Can't relate.
Wow! Hey, no way! Anything that made from Astoria would have heard of my music. I had no idea I was that well known. Most people in Astoria are ignorant of you, alas. But then again, most of the citizens are ignorant of Karuta too. They do not understand how wonderful Japan is. I'm not like the masses, however. I'm a big fan of your country and of its culture, and of course I'm a big fan of you too. It was my interest in music, in fact, which first helped me learn how to speak Japanese.
Huh? First time hearing of that.
Oh, a good deal, Ayu. Or can I call you Ayu Ayu? You're so cute and your songs are so upbeat and full of energy, I can't help but love you. Eh? You love me? Yeah, I love you a lot, Volvo. I hope I'm not being too forward. I know in Japan it is not customary to be quite so effusive, but I'm such a big fan of yours, I felt incapable of controlling myself. If you do not like my compliments, however, I will try to curb my impulses. I do not wish to make you feel uncomfortable. Oh no, I don't mind, I suppose. You don't? No, I'm used to my fans phoning over me. As a idol, I would expect nothing less, really. In fact, I should be so surprised. It will make sense knowing now that you have heard of me, that you would love me. I mean, who doesn't adore Ikue Ayu?
Me. You're okay. You came in clutch. But there are still certain aspects of your personality. No, she's alright. Anyway,
I'm so gosh good, it's impossible not to. Oh, ha, 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 ha. Oh, I quite agree. You're adorable. I've always thought you were cute just from looking at your photographs, but you're even lovelier in person. I'm used to seeing you in your frilly idol outfits, of course, but your casual clothes are very cute too. You know exactly how to dress to flatter your body type. You're so pretty, almost jealous.
okay. Yeah.
And your hair is so sleek and so long and glossy, it must take such a long time to dry.
What? I would say you also have rather long hair, so
You really are dedicated. Well, of course. As an idol, it would not do if I were careless when it comes to my appearance. I don't want to let my fans down. They all want me to be their cute, lovely Ayu Ayu. And who am I to deny them of that? Even when I'm not performing, I must take great care to ensure I look like the #1 idol I am. Bad hair days are a big no-no. As such, I brush my hair 100 times morning and night when waking before sleeping. Oh my goodness, that sounds like such a hassle. It can be, but no amount of effort is too much, not when it comes to the pursuit of beauty. One doesn't simply become Japan's top idol by accident. It's a crown I've had to fight for tooth and nail. Ooh, ha, 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 ha. Wow, you're amazing, Ayu. I am glad I was able to meet you. I'm not worthy. If Yumi was not already my mistress, then I would bow before you exalted feet in a second. Hifumin!
I froze, perturbed, for a few moments before.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Ayu was with me in Marina's home Memo Prior when Hifumi faced off against Stephania in the Karuta Championships. She so therefore just cited how Stephania bowed before Hifumi after her defeat and begged to become her disciple. Stephania and Hifumi grew even closer during Hifumi's stay in Astoria, and Stephania is well and truly in awe of her. Stephania continues to call Hifumi her mistress despite Hifumi's personal desire to be more of a big sister figure. I guess Stephania's the sort who, despite being a princess, gets starstruck easily. First she lost her mind over Hifumi and now she looks almost as impressed by Ayu. Her hero worshipping is kind of cute actually. No, it's not. For while Hifumi might be deserving of respect, I'm less certain about Ayu. Certain? I mean, you should be certain in general. Personally, I find Ayu a little too rancorous to want to bow down before her. Her moods are way too mercurial. Yeah. I think I'd be afraid she'd step on me.
Yeah. You're close to Hifumi, aren't you? I would not like to make assumptions about my mistress' feelings, but I suppose we're somewhat close, yeah. I'm very fond of my mistress, but please do not get the wrong idea. I'm sure, with time, I'll become very fond of you too, Ayu. You might be my mistress, but I think you are very incredible too. You're a true diva. Oh,
Ayu's a diva, alright, in more than one sense of the word. I murmur under my breath. Not that anybody seems to hear me, Ayu is too busy eyeing up Stephania.
well, of course, I'm incredible. I'm well aware of how wonderful I am. So much so you hardly need to tell me. Being complimented so much can be rather boorish when one has heard all these compliments so many times before. So you say, but you're blushing.
Cosmo smiles, then nudges Ayu in the side of her elbow.
I think you're happy, relieved that Steffi likes you so much. Don't feel relieved? Of course not. It's not like I was worried or anything. I know I'm irresistible. Although I'm the recipient of a good many compliments. It is rare that these compliments come from a pretty woman, let alone a princess.
Meh.
I suppose there is something a bit surreal about being fawned over by a genuine member of royalty. It's strange, but it really isn't a bad feeling. Your affection is of course expected, but... well, thank you for being so welcoming, Your Highness. I'm most pleased to make your acquaintance.
Yo. Okay, that's kinda bullshit I'm calling right now. How is Ayu less thick than Princess? How? I mean, come on, Ayu is an idol. She works out like crazy. Like, what? I call bull.
I'm very pleased to make your acquaintance too, for you did call me Your Highness. That sounds awfully stuffy. How should I refer to you then? What would be the most appropriate manner of address? Oh, I know. You should call her Steffi, Ayu, just like I do. Isn't that a bit too personal? She's a princess after all. Steffi might be a princess, but she's really cute. And because she's cute, she deserves a cute nickname. Stephania is too much of a mouthful, so to me she's Steffi. It's perfect. I don't know.
I glances at Elizabeth.
Would her maid permit that? I confess, I had my misgivings when I first met you. I thought your boastful, pompous style of speech perfectly repellent. Yeah.
Ha! So I'm not the only one! Let's go, Elizabeth! I was never deigned to pay me much heed when I tried to upbraid her over her better than those style speech, but maybe should be more inclined to take Elizabeth seriously. Elizabeth, despite her frilly outfit, has an indomitable aura. She's the sort of person who seems to demand respect.
But after spending more time with you,
like 10 minutes,
it appears your earlier attitude was not but a front. I suspect deep down you are a kind, considerate girl, if a touch awkward. That sounds like Ayu, right? For such a beloved title, you really are awkward. Awkward?
Ayu scolds.
I'm not! You take that back! I can't. I won't. It's true after all. No, it isn't. It is. Isn't. It is. Ahem. Are you too quiet, Dan? My apologies, Miss Alblet. Good. Now then, for you did not make the best first impression upon me, Miss Ikue, I sense that we are not all bad.
Elsbeth's right there. I isn't all bad, she's only mostly bad. True. She has her moments for... I'd say she's at least 70% rotten, for the remaining 30% of her is rather sweet. If only I could be a sweetheart 100% of the time. Nah.
That being the case, I do not mind if you wish to become closer to me, lady. While I would never dream of calling her Steffi myself, you may... I think milady might appreciate that. Oh, very well then. I do not care for such closeness myself, but... it is very good to meet you, Steffi. It's very sweet for you. Your maid has quite a sharp tongue.
That's good thing.
And I hope that this will be the beginning of a wonderful acquaintance between the pair of us. I've never spoken to a noble before, other than Lady Yue, but you seem far more agreeable than she is.
I would choose you, definitely.
I'll be flattered if we could spend more time together.
Despite the fact that at some point she kidnapped us. I would still choose you. I don't know, like, Stephania, I feel like, supposedly, it looks like, yeah, I don't know what to say, like, her only redeeming feature is being cute, supposedly, and that doesn't win me at all. Anyway, an hour later.
Oh my goodness, is this one of those much vaunted theme parks I've heard so much about?
I've never been to a theme park myself.
That's right. This is Yume Land, a theme park full of love, hopes, dreams,
Hopes and Dreams is a different place.
And very vast roller coasters. I've been here a few times before to make vlogs for my MyTube channel. I've even live streamed here a few times. All my fans kept tipping me to make me eat a bunch of corn dogs.
Okay, I'll need his address, and I will slaughter him.
And they had me go on the spinning cups 5 times in a row. I don't really understand why they did that, but it was still the fun.
I wonder. I have a sneaking suspicion as to why this so-called fan of Cosmos might have asked her to eat a bunch of junk food, then go on a fast spinny ride several times in succession, but I'll keep it to myself. Yeah. I need his address for. And we'll slaughter the guy. Cosmos, for all the loot outfits she often dresses up in, seems pretty innocent when it comes to the true depths of perversion some people can sink. If she can't gauge what this fan was really after, then I'll leave her to her ignorance.
Wow! Some fans are freaky.
Aya seems to have come to the same conclusion as me because her nose wrinkles.
I'm almost sorry for you, Cosmos. Hey, why's that? I don't get it. I had a really good time today. I got to eat a lot of yummy food and go on a lot of fun rides, and even got paid for it. It was a blast. So long as it didn't make you feel queasy, I suppose. Hey? Oh, you don't need to worry about that. I never feel sick. I'm tough. Hey? Goodness. It's possible for these rides to make their passengers feel unwell? It is, yeah. Especially if you're not used to them.
Oh boy, that's kind of true, supposedly.
Even more so if you've been paid to eat your body weight in corn dogs beforehand.
I wonder how I would do on rides like that. Probably not too good. I shoot Cosmos a withering look, who seems blissfully ignorant of it. That's just Cosmos in a nutshell, really. Blissfully ignorant. It's rare to see her without a smile, for her smile is one that suggests she doesn't fully understand what's going on in the world. Maybe given how innocent Cosmos is, that's for the best.
Have you ever been to a theme park before, Stephania? Sadly, no. I was never before given the opportunity. I spent much of my childhood in Astoria's palace and was rarely allowed out. This is all very new to me. Oh, I can't wait to try out these rides. I'm sure they will be most diverting. Are you sure? Going on the big roller coaster right off the bat might be the best idea. You might make yourself even ill. That is a prescient concern. I would not want you to suffer, milady. Oh, I'm sure I'll be fine. I'm so tougher than I look, just like Cosmos. And unlike her, I wasn't asked to eat a lot of corn dogs.
You are tougher. I strongly doubt.
I think I can handle these rides. Now let us begin at once, without further delay. I want to sample all the delights in this theme park has to offer. I want to go on as many rides as I can. The bigger the better. I agree. Bigger is better, isn't it? Let's go on that coaster first then. It's one of the biggest in the park, and it's really exhilarating. I'm sure you'll love it, Steffi. I'm sure I will too. It looks like a lot of fun. It's going to be the best.
It looks like a lot of fun, Stephania said. This will be the best, Stephania said. Well, it's been almost 2 hours since then, and we've been stuck in a queue for this coaster the whole time. I've no idea how exhilarating to use Cosmos' sales pitch this ride is meant to be. Even I've yet to get within 30 feet of it. Yeah, I guess that's why theme parks would not be fun. No regrets of actually not being in one ever. I can hear excitable whoops and squeals and cheers about me as people fortunate enough to get into the queue earlier are loaded into the cars, then sent rattling off down the track, but this does little assuage my mood. It's starting to feel like we'll be trapped in this queue for eternity. We've already been waiting a small eternity. In fact, 2 hours is nothing to sneeze at, and it doesn't feel like we're making any progress. This sucks. To further compound how uncomfortable the situation is, the queue is jam-packed. I've been jostled by elbows more time than I can care to count, and one woman even stood on my foot. For she did apologize after this. Oh boy. You know what we now see if it was high heels. Ooh. Ouch. I don't think it was a premeditated act of maliciousness, but it still hurt. It doesn't help that my party has been stuck behind this gaggle of very loud high school girls throughout the whole queuing experience. Why are we not in school, goddammit? Their voices are so shrill they're making my ears ache. I've gleaned an awful lot during the last couple of hours. Something about Takahiro, whoever he is, being a cheating jerk. Well, I'm on the girl's side if he's a cheater. Cheating is something I would like never accept. Anywho. This Takahiro must be something of a player who's been dating his way through all the girls in his year. Huh?
I can't believe he ever confessed to me. What an asshole! He really is an asshole. He said I was his one and only, and then I saw him hook up with Arya. Arya, but why she isn't even pretty? I know, right? Tell me about it. I can't believe I ever gave Takahiro the time of the day. And then, get this, he even had the audacity to ask me if I'd be interested in being part of his harem.
Is this some Sakura game that I have not heard about? I mean, to be honest, I don't remember there being Takahiro ever. Arya as well, I don't think was a character in any of the Sakura games. Maybe it's a future release. Oh no, please don't. We ain't Cloud. No, don't even think about it. I don't want a character that is a cheating bastard. Then again, I mean... But isn't every harem character like that then? Anyway.
A harem? No way! Yes way! It was like if Hiroki was a character in some loot game or something. He was a harem in her life. It's like so stupid! Oh, totally! What a loser! I'm so glad to be rid of him! Takahiro is the worst, he might be hot, but he's like so not worth the attention!
I bet all of those girls are actually like after him still, so... Oof, Takahiro's getting verbally eviscerated here. Not that I have much sympathy for the guy, I've never met him. Still, I wonder what this gang of vicious high schoolers would think about me if they knew the nature of my harem. Would they try to gouge my eyes out with their sharp acrylic fingernails? It's a bit of an uncomfortable thought.
Guys who want to sleep around are like absolute scum!
Yes, I agree.
They're the worst! They should be executed! I wish they, like all get orchitis?
Give me a second. Ooh. Okay, that's what it is. Ouch. I mean, if they are cheating, to be honest. Yeah. Or cheaties to the cheaters. Let's go. Oh, Hiroki doesn't know either. Okay. I'm not sure, but I'm not very curious to. I want to look it up. I just did for. I think it will be called something. It will be something nasty. Hiroki, for your own good, don't. Yeah, high school girls sure are scary. Next, they will whip a voodoo doll of Takahiro out their bags, then start stabbing it with pins. I'm glad they don't know anything about my private life. I'm sort of feel like I'm being judged here. Hey Steffi. I turn my attention away from the anti-Takahiro committee, then look at my blonde-haired, blue-blooded companion. Are you right? You're not getting tired, are you?
Oh no, I'm having a wonderful day.
Aren't we waiting in a queue for 2 hours for one ride? How is that a wonderful time? Stop lying. Are you sure? We've really not really done anything, we've just been standing around for ages. I feel like going to a theme park like this is like, okay, let's walk around and go to the rides where there is no queue. If there is a queue, we move forward. Maybe it's not a good tactics, but I think that's what I would be doing.
We have. It's true, but queuing is all part of going to the theme park. I'm happy to experience it particularly with you.
What is wrong with you?
That's the spirit. Waiting for things always makes them even more satisfying.
What? No. No. Also, maybe it's kind of a bad thing to say, but I would say, if there are ridiculous queues for the rides, that means the theme park sort of failed. Yeah, I would say so, because that would also maybe give the idea that there is not enough of those rides. There is not enough of elements that can entertain people. Yeah. I don't know why I'm coming up with this right now. It kind of feels like that, to be honest.
I agree. I feel more excited than ever before.
Well, I'm glad we're both having fun. For I don't really get it myself at all. I'm bored out of my skull and listening to the high school girls in front of me devise ways to murder Takahiro. I think we don't put fire ants down the back of his shirt is only so diverting. My feet are starting to age too. I imagine they would, yeah. Stephania's bearing this way better than I thought she would. Maybe that's because Cosmos has been keeping her occupied, taking a whole slew of selfies of them together. Elizabeth meanwhile is quiet like a statue. Is she meditating? That's one way to deal with the tedium of waiting in line, I guess. As for Ayu, meanwhile... Are you okay?
What? Oh yeah, I'm fine. Why are you asking?
I was just curious, Phil. I know waiting in line isn't very much fun, and well, you've been rather quiet.
Oh, have I?
Yep, you have. Unusually so. I append inside my head, since most of the time you never shut up.
Well, excuse me if I'm not being very chatty right now. I don't feel much in the mood to talk, not when we've been standing around for so long. There isn't very much to discuss.
Well, she's not wrong about that. I can't blame Ayu for being so quiet, but it is strange. Are you sure there isn't anything bothering you?
Like what?
I don't know, maybe you're jealous Cosmos has been taking selfies with Steffi rather than you. I turns her nose up in the air, her arms folded.
Of course I'm not jealous. Why would I be? It's not I particularly want Cosmos taking photos of me or anything.
Alright, that settles it. I was definitely jealous of how well Stephania and Cosmos has been hitting it off.
And it's okay, I'm afraid about going on a stupid ride or anything. I really couldn't get less, so don't get the wrong idea. I'm not anxious that I most definitely don't feel like throwing up. I'll be just fine.
I never said that you wouldn't be. But thank you for the heads up. I have no idea you were afraid of roller coasters.
I'm not afraid. I just said I wasn't. Hiroki, idiot.
I know that's what's said, but the words that come out from her mouth don't often map onto reality.
Why you?
Ayu scolds at me, but before she can retort, Cosmos reaches out and takes hold of her hand.
The queen.
The queen. I want to say the queen.
The cue's beginning to move. We're fun making some progress. Come on, Ayu, let's go. Right, sure, it's about time. As a famous idol, Ikue Ayu, there is nothing despise more than being kept waiting. This is so boring.
Ayu tries to sound unconcerned, but I can see that her legs are shaking. Despite her protest, she's totally afraid. I mean, to be honest, I can see that. I mean, I feel like rides like that can get some fear into people and so on. Yeah, that's what I would say. Anyway, maybe I shouldn't derive so much pleasure from Ayu's discomfort, but I can't help myself. Now this ought to be interesting. Half an hour later.
Whoa! This is so much fun! Isn't it amazing, Ayu? Can you feel the wind in your hair? This really is incredible! Yahoo! Oh, that was quite a loud scream. Aren't you having fun? No! I'm fine! That's fine! I'm scared at all! Stupid Cosmos! I'm the greatest idol you could never have said this sides! I'm not an idiot! I'm absolutely fine, you see? There's nothing wrong! Well, if you're certain, but if you're scared, you can always cling to me. I don't mind, I'll look after you.
She's doing that already, but...
As if I need you to watch out for me! You stupid very wannabe cat girl! You really must have fireballs for brains!
I really like this CG though. Dude. Happy Cosmos is the best Cosmos.
I turn died and turn you to you for comfort. And then bite my tongue off and bleed to death. Really? That's kind of intense. But if you're sure fine then, I guess right. Oh look, we're coming up to a loop next, and it's a really big one. Isn't this fun? A loop? What? Oh no, I don't want to go upside down! Silly are you? Don't you look at the track before we went on the ride? It's supposed to go upside down. I know that, but the loop is so high. What if I fall out of the train?
Oh yeah. There doesn't seem to be any belts. Huh.
You won't fall out, are you? Don't worry, you're very secure. With what? Yeah, but what if... Well, if you do fall out, you should be alright. You're a succubus, so you can fly. You have wings, remember? Everything will work out, okay? Don't be stupid! I can transform into circles from here, not in front of those people! If I fall out of the car, I'll plummet to my death! I'll die! I'll certainly die! And a good corpse will get smooshed in the asphalt like a mosquito! I don't want that to happen! I'm too young, too good, too beautiful to perish! And so much left to give! Alright, are you? The loop is coming up! Let's go!
Yeah, let's go. This will be something.
No! I don't want to go! Yeah! Yahoo! Somebody please stop this thing! I want to get off! I can't stand this! My life is flashing before my eyes! This is so much fun! I feel like I'm gonna die! I feel like I'm seriously going to die!
2 minutes later.
Ah, that really was fun. I can't get enough of fast rides like that. They are so exciting. What about you, Steffi? Did you enjoy yourself? Oh yes, that truly was an amazing experience. I admit, I was somewhat afraid before I stepped on the ride, but it was most invigorating. I feel as though I have been reborn. My heart simply won't stop pounding. Dear me. I hope you do not feel unwell, milady. If your heart is pounding as much as you claim it is, perhaps you ought to sit down. I would not want you to overexert yourself. Oh no, I'm fine. Don't worry about me so much, Lizzie. Maybe my heart is pounding, but it's only because I had such a good time. I don't think I'm about to kill over. Not anytime soon, at least. I hope not. If anything ill were to befall you, I would feel quite awful. As your mate, it is my duty to protect you, above all else. I know it is, and do a wonderful job at it. I know I'm in safe hands when I'm with you, Lizzie. So you say. But if an accident were to occur upon one of those rides, I fear there would be little I could do to help you.
Even the super maid couldn't do anything. Were you worrying about that? Now it's my turn to resurrect Elizabeth. I offer her a small smile and then say, if you're afraid about the safety of the rides, you needn't be. Roller coasters are checked rigorously by a team of people every single day to ensure they are in top shape. I wonder if that would be the same in Poland. I sort of doubt. Safety measures? What's that? You're statistically less likely to get in an accident on a roller coaster than you are in a car. I don't know. I mean, to be honest, that comparison doesn't work for me. Sort of, I would say. but maybe it's just me. Regardless of what certain horror movies might have you think, they're pretty safe.
Is that so? I not know that, for I suppose that does make sense.
Dude, I want to go on a roller coaster with Elizabeth as well. I mean, with Elizabeth in general. Let's go. Elizabeth deserves to have some fun too. Not only doing the maid duties. Come on.
These theme parks seem like popular tourist destinations. The park is teeming with people. It stands to reason, given how much money one would stand to make from operating business such as this. I wonder how much. That the rides would be subject to a great degree of scrutiny. Nobody would wish to pay the frankly quite exorbitant entrance fee this park demands if the rides were not totally safe.
You'd be surprised, I feel like.
If the guests all died, these parks would soon close.
I don't know about that, to be honest. Well, you're not wrong there. For that's a pretty mercenary way of looking at things. I'd like to think the guys in charge of this park, whoever they are, would care about their guests' safety even without worrying about profiteering.
You may believe that if you wish, for if you do, I fear that you are very naive. There are few people in this world who act solely for the benefit of the others.
That's true.
Most relationships, particularly those between business owners and customers, are built upon profit margins.
Yes. Well, that sure is cynical.
But it is the truth. I know what you're talking about, but I've been having a blast. Do you want to go on even more rides, Steffi? Yeah, indeed. That roller coaster was very diverting, but it looks like there are even more of them over there. Shall we go? Yeah, let's. I want to go on every single roller coaster this place has to offer, and then some. I cannot say I see the appeal of being jerked about through the air at inhuman speeds, or in going upside down. But if you find joy in this, milady, then I can accompany you. I only ask that we interspace some of these large roller coasters with some more easily digestible experiences. In that case, maybe we could try the teacups. They're a very popular ride and they aren't too scary, even children love them. Teacups?
Stephanie claps her hands together.
Oh, how whimsical. I can imagine what such an attraction might look like, but I am keen to find out. Let's do that then. We can also go on the swings if you want. Oh, and the carousel. The little horses are so cute. What do you think, are you? Do you want to take a log with us? What? Ow!
It looks like I was spacing out a little because she blinks then glances to Cosmos.
Of course! And mind what we go on next? I can take any ride you want to throw at me, no matter how tall it might be or how fast it might go.
Oh my god. She's literally putting leg in front of herself while walking. Why are you trying to trip yourself?
I'm not at all afraid of heights. That last ride was child's play, really. Oh, ha, 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 ha. But nobody asked if you're afraid of heights, are you? What? They didn't? No. And you are planning on go on a roller coaster next, because I was talking about the teacups. Yeah, you pay attention. Eh? I know that last ride freaked you out, but you should try to look lively.
Ayo takes a sharp step back, her face flooding scarlet and skulls.
That last ride did not do a number on me, you stupid cat girl. I was totally fine. I'm still fine, in fact. It's like I was scared. Not at all. But you were screaming so loud, you almost ruptured my eardrums. I did think I heard you shouting, for I wasn't sure. Liz and I were in a different car after all, but your voice really does carry. It must be because you're a professional idol. You have a very powerful set of lungs. Eh? She sure does. I don't know, I had to listen to her yelling during the whole ride. Weren't you just a little bit afraid? No, I wasn't afraid. Not even a little. Then why were you shouting? That was just my first. Yes, what was it? I might have been screaming just a little.
So the truth finally comes out, like it always does whenever Annabelle starts needling Ayo. She's such an awful liar, it often makes me wonder why she even bothers.
But I wasn't screaming because I was scared. I just want to warm up my vocal cords. Your vocal cords? Yes, that's what I was doing. I was warming up my voice for my future concerts. As an idol, it's very important that I utilize my angelic voice whenever I can, so it doesn't begin to deteriorate. I thought riding the coaster was as good a chance as any to limber up.
Limber up. Please. I don't know much or anything about vocal training, but I know that story's a load of baloney. For one thing, who warms up their voice on a roller coaster of all things, and for another, aren't singers generally discouraged from shouting a lot? This story is so flimsy, I can't believe anybody would fall for it. It's an obvious skein of fantasy to me, but...
Oh, I see.
But someone is not too bright.
I was worrying you might not have been enjoying your survival, but I am glad to know now that this is not the case. You really are dedicated to train even while riding a roller coaster. That is very impressive. Your passion for the craft is incredible.
Darn. Stephania really swallowed that lie, hook, line, and sinker, didn't she? She fell for Ayo's excuse so easily. I feel somewhat stunned as I think that's Ayo.
Hey?
Ayo looks at Stephania askance for a few moments, her brow furrowed, in a way that clearly says,
Wait, let me get this straight. Did you really buy that?
But a few seconds elapse, and with them Ayo is able to rearrange her facial features into a breezy smile.
Well, of course, I'm dedicated. I can afford to take any time off, you know. Not when I have so many fans. But I expect to do my very best at all the times, so I can't afford to slack off. It's unnatural that I would think about work, no matter where I am. That's how we idols are. Oh, ho, 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 ho. How impressive. I thought you might be somewhat flaky, but I can see my earlier assessment of you was in error. You truly are a hard worker. In that regard, perhaps you and I are not so very dissimilar after all.
What's with that expression right now, yo?
I like you. I'm dedicated to serving Milady to such a degree, she's all I can think of.
Yeah, that's kinda sick. Think of yourself a little bit, Elizabeth, come on.
It is somewhat nice in a way to know you feel similar towards your own work.
Gee, don't tell me Elizabeth's fallen for Ayo's very obvious lie too. Come on. Then again, I mean, we know Ayo is working hard for the idol career of hers, right? But then again, it was such an obvious lie. I thought Elizabeth was supposed to be smart. She is. Maybe I gave her too much credit. I don't think she was talking about this specific situation, but...
Hey, Hiroki.
Cosmos sidles up to me and quietly she mumbles,
You don't believe Ayo, do you? When she said she wanted to train her voice?
Nope. Of course not. She was obviously lying.
That's what I thought, but Steffi and Lizzie both seem very taken.
Maybe it's because they're Astorian. They might be too earnest to detect when somebody else is lying.
Maybe so.
Cosmos frowns.
Does that mean we're not earnest enough then?
Nope. It means we're familiar with Ayo and her ways. We both know she's awful at telling the truth.
I suppose that's true. As much as I like Ayo, I wouldn't trust her as far as I can throw her.
Yeah, same here. I mean, I trust her, but I also know... How do I say this? I mean, I trust her, but I don't trust her. No, I trust her, but I don't believe in what she's saying. To be fair, for like... She's lying about stuff that... Why would you lie about that? It's kinda ridiculous. Let's say... Same here, yeah. Same here, if I reckon it wouldn't be too hard to throw her a fair distance. Her plays give you something good to grab onto. Cosmos snorts.
Don't tell you that, she wouldn't like it.
I wasn't playing on it, I don't have a death wish. Our conversation concluded, the five of us begin to make our way to the teacups. The park is pretty crowded, like Elizabeth said earlier. Okay, where's that loop? And people keep jostling me. I do my best to not to step on my any toes. Mine as well. But it's hard when the walkways are also congested, as you can see. It's not like this theme park looks like it's completely to our group only. I don't see the loop. The sounds of excitable shrieks fill the air, mingled with the mechanical whir of the roller coasters that surround us. This should be inserted into the game as well. Even like, you know, royalty-free assets for that. I feel like you could insert this, even for like 2 seconds. It's a pretty warm day, despite it being early February. When was the game launched? This was launched in March, right? Yeah, 6th March. I know, I had to check. And the sun is beating down upon the top of my head. It's not too warm over here, to be honest. I still need to wear a jacket. I'm starting to get kind of sweaty. I knew there was a reason why I don't come to theme parks very often. I try to navigate my way through the crowds as best I can, but... Oof! In my attempts to keep pace with Cosmos, who's sweating her way little through the crowds, I bump into somebody. I start back on the worse for wear, but the person I bumped isn't so lucky. I hear a panic high-pitched squeal, which can only belong to a woman, and then a dull toot. Did I knock her over? Gosh, I'm so sorry! Shamefaced, I look down and then... Who's that? I soon came face to face with a beauty. I agree. The woman I knocked over is, without a doubt, gorgeous despite being sprawled inelegantly upon the asphalt. This girl's face is so fair it wouldn't seem out of place hanging on the wall of an art gallery. She looks like the kind of woman painters would flock to. Heck, I feel pretty drawn to her myself. I'm not a painter, but I do have some of an artistic eye. Being a photographer, and hers is a face I'd look to take a few snapshots of. Something about her appearance puts me in mind of a vampire. Maybe it's the pale skin and the dark clothes, but there is sweetness to her too, a certain kind of vulnerability. She looks very cute indeed. I wonder if she might be... Remember that creepy feeling Hiroki had? Maybe she's that person that supposedly maybe like kind of stalked us. But wait a moment, what am I doing? Now isn't I to stand around gulping? Thanks to my clumsiness, I bowled this poor girl over. I ought to apologize to her at the very least. Hey, are you alright? I extend my hand to the girl who's still sprawled to the ground. On the ground. Can you stand? Let me help you, please. I really am sorry.
What? Oh no. You don't need to worry about me. I'm fine.
Damn, she's cute. Okay. By the way, maybe it's not visible right now, but it's visible here. Right? There is like a white kind of material underneath the dress, basically. Interesting. Honestly, she already wins with Stephania. I don't even know her at all. She already wins. The girl waves aside my offer to help and my outstretched hand and instead gets to her feet of her own volition. Her face flushing, she brushes down her skirts, then offers me a bow.
I'm very sorry for getting in your way, Mr. Gaswara. Please forgive me for my clumsiness.
Also, Oksawara? Oh, don't be like that. I was the one who bumped into you. Do you want me to take you to the restrooms? Maybe you need some tissue to wipe yourself down, or... I wouldn't want your dress to get dirty.
No, it's fine, really.
How did you not pick up that fact that she knows your name?
I don't want to take up too much of your time. You've been good to me already. I could not ask for more. I'm very glad that you thought to pay me any attention also. Thank you for being so kind. I really must be going now, however. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
The girl bows to me and then hastens to leave. Hey, what? I call after her, still a little worried, but she seems determined to leave. She departs and soon she disappears, her slender back disappearing altogether into the crowd. I can't see the tri-square now, it's almost like she never existed. I stand there for a few moments frowning. I'm not sure why exactly, but something felt a little off about that whole encounter, and not just because of how unexpectedly beautiful that girl was.
You know, maybe because she knew her name? Really? You didn't pick it up?
There was something strange about her. It takes me a few moments to pinpoint what exactly is perturbing me, but when it does... I gasp with newfound understanding. How did that girl know my name? I noticed that immediately. An hour later.
All this walking is tiring me out.
A perturbed Ayu slumps down the bench by the merry-go-round, which our party just disembarked from. Folding one leg over the other, Ayu looks at me from beneath her eyelashes, then stabs a finger in my direction.
Hey, you, Hiroki!
Yes, that's my name. What do you want?
I'm hungry. Go and buy me something.
Okay. This request doesn't sound like it will be difficult to carry out. I was worried Ayu would ask me to do something truly outrageous like, I know, bow down before her on the ground so she can use me as a footrest. But I wouldn't put it past her. Procuring food for her should, by contrast, be a relatively simple task, and a far less embarrassing one too. Is there anything you want?
Ice cream.
It's February fall, are you sure? I don't know, there is a thought about that came to my mind. Isn't like eating ice cream in winter in general a good thing, sort of? Ice cream in winter. Should be consumed in the least amount during the winter. Okay. In this season, eating more ice cream may cause cold and cough symptoms. Really? I'm doing absolutely the other way around and nothing happens. Honestly, the only reason I'm getting coughing or anything is because I run in late evenings. And you know, I breathe in a lot of cold air, obviously, right? Anyway, it's February fall, are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure. I'm something that isn't too heavy, something that will melt in my mouth. I don't get to eat ice cream all the often, but since I'm here, I thought I might as well treat myself. I deserve it for working so gosh darn hard all the time. And don't tell me you're worried about me putting a few pounds, huh?
I think you look fine. I'm not worried about that. I think you look fine as is. And I know you're a hard worker. I'm sure you'll shed an extra pound soon enough. I append inside my head that a single ice cream should have such a drastic effect on your weight anyway.
Yes, indeed. You're quite right. There's no issue with eating ice cream when I want to. Not at all. It's like I've been stressed about the stupid Mihama Shizuru situation. Not at all.
Who?
Oh.
And we've got her. Cosmo's ears perk up at this. Her normal flesh-colored human ones, not the cat ears balanced atop her head. Technically, it's just a cupful. And grinning, she takes a seat next to I on the bench. Here we go.
Are you sure you've not been worried about Chizuru, are you? Yes, I'm sure! Really, you say that, but you do talk about her quite a lot. Didn't you call me the other day in tears because she's got a spot on the talk show you've been angling to go on for a while? I think you were eating ice cream then too, and you said, "Oh, shut up, Cosmos!"
Cosmo squeaks around as Ayu drives her elbow into her side.
None of it matters. Chizuru does matter. It's all ancient history. It happened last week, for... Exactly, last week. Might as well be a century away. I've already put it from my mind, and so should you. My newfound fondness for ice cream has absolutely nothing to do with Chizuru. Do you hear me? It's irrelevant. She's irrelevant. It's like I want her to get hit by a bus or anything.
Chizuru? Stephania, who's none the wiser about the subject of Ayu's ramblings, looks at me curiously.
Just who is Chizuru?
She
does matter. She's nobody. For nobody, her city sure has sold a lot of units. She seems to be very popular. If she's popular, it's not because she's riding on the coattails of her former fame.
Former?
I thought she had dropped out of the industry altogether until she came back after that huge hiatus with a brand new CD, which of course she had to release a week after my own. It's like she did it on purpose just to piss me off. Now people are saying he's a has-been, and is Chizuru going to steal his crown? Like I'm not almost 2 decades younger than Chizuru is. She's the has-been. Old hacks like her shouldn't be singing pop music at all. She should have bowed off the stage back in the 90s.
I mean, to be fair, people from the 90s did do better music. And people from the 90s were the people who actually were making their music. It's not like you look at the most supposed singers right now and you see everything is done by other people, right? Mostly. Yeah, that's kinda sad. Anyway.
I don't want to share his attention with a busted up MILF like her. No, she's a MILF. That implies she's attractive to some degree, but she isn't. She's just like totally busted. She isn't good at all.
Can I know her?
What do people see in her anyway?
Oh, that was a particularly animated performance from Ayu there. I knew she was upset that Mihama Shizuru, the once popular idol from the 90s, has released a new CD to rapturous acclaim, but I didn't realize she was quite this upset. And Ayu says Shizuru's a nobody. For nobody sure has Ayu riled up. Right. So ice cream, do you?
Yes, please.
And with what flavor ice cream do you want?
Strawberry.
Got it. What about the rest of you? Do you want something?
I'd like ice cream too if you're offering. I want bubblegum flavor.
Sure. I've always thought bubblegum was kind of strange ice cream flavor, given bubblegum itself doesn't really have a flavor, but well, Cosmos is a strange girl. Maybe. I guess makes sense she'd plumb for one of the other flavors on the menu. And what about you, Steffi? Elizabeth?
Oh, hey, if you're offering and it isn't much trouble, then I think I would like vanilla.
Ugh. You really are blunt.
As a maid, I should indulge in sweet treats, not while I'm working. It would appear slovenly. As a woman, however, I know it is rude to deny a man when he offers to buy me something. I would not like to hurt your pride, so I suppose I can consent. Yes! I would like mint chocolate chip. Not bad, not bad.
Right, I'll be back in a sec. I make a quick mental note of these requested flavors. Strawberry for Ayu, bubblegum for Cosmos, vanilla for Stephania, mint chocolate chip for Elizabeth, and vacate the bench. Okay, nothing against vanilla flavor. It's good. But I know in this situation seems kinda blunt as well. To be perfectly frank with you, I don't think I would choose just vanilla. Like, if you get vanilla, you also need to get something else with it. That's how it feels to me, at least. Do know. Anyway. The park is pretty crowded and doesn't take long before I lose sight of the others. I hope I'll be able to find my way back. My sense of direction isn't too bad, but I'm getting pushed and shoved about an awful lot. Oof! I wince as inadvertently a girl nudges me with a sharp pointy elbow. At least I think it's inadvertent, but...
Oh my god! Did you get a load of that guy just there? That tall lady one of the glasses? That's right, he looked like a Takahiro. Hey, not to mention he totally does. That's like so freaky, it's like these creepy guys are all like one morphous blob. These guys all look the same. Do you think? They think the same too? Who knows, maybe he also wants his own harem. Ew, there's like no way that'd be so cringe. It's like that's super cringe. For real, for real. I hope he gets orgies too.
Maybe that nudge wasn't so inadvertent after all. Gee, that really hurt. High school girls nowadays are brutal. And I thought trying to come here with the door aloof Yuki back in high school was a challenge. Speaking of Yuki. Let's go.
Well, fancy seeing you here.
Also a new outfit for her. Yue. I do a double take, my eyes widening as I spy a familiar face among the crowds. It seems a little too perfect that she be here, after my thoughts just so happened to drift in her general direction, but... well, that's how things often seem to go between the two of us. Whenever I start thinking of Yue, she seems to show up, almost like magic. Maybe it's some kind of magnetism. I've no idea. It's a little creepy for whatever it is. At least Yue herself isn't creepy. Right now, at least. I'm happy to see her, even if this is quite the surprise. Yue is the ruler of the Succubus realm, and being a ruler, she has quite the penetrating gaze. 4 ways younger than Marina and Hifumi, her presence is commanding. It's easy to understand just by looking at her how she keeps her subjects under the thumb and in line. Yue was rather authoritative in regards to me too. It wasn't so very long ago that she kidnapped me and forced me to come to the Succubus realm with her, where she intended to make me her one and only. From a perspective of time, it wouldn't be so bad. I was worried for a while that I'd be trapped in the Succubus realm for the rest of my days, but I was able to talk Yue around. She came in clutch back then. It was through Ayusa's empathic, emotional dress that Yue eventually changed her mind and she let me go. Now Yue has consented, albeit reluctantly, to being just one of my partners. She allows me to date the other succubi, including Hifumi, her cousin, and Marina, her mortal enemy, but I still sometimes wonder whether she's wholly happy with this arrangement. Probably not. Which would be understandable. Yue can be rather clingy, and it doesn't help that, as the ruler of the Succubus realm, we can't spend much time together. Yue is often in the Succubus realm, while I have my own life in Tokyo to live. I hope she doesn't feel too left out. Hey there, what you doing here?
Should I not be here? I thought that I would see how you were getting along, so I decided to pay you a visit. Is there any issue with that?
Of course not. I'm flattered you'd come all the way here, but are you sure you're alright with this place? I glance about the theme park, and all the crowds of people that throng it, my brow furrowed. It's pretty crowded, not to mention noisy. I know you don't like these sorts of places. I've been on dates with Yue before, back when she attended my high school and I thought she was called Yukie. It's a long story, check out the previous Sakura Succubus games, but we never went to congested places like theme parks. I knew even back then that Yue didn't care for people. She made her general disdain for humanity quite apparent. When we did go on dates, we often went instead to cozy cafes or for walks in the countryside.
I don't like busy places such as this, it is true. But I'm willing to put up with it, no matter how uncomfortable I find it, for your sake. I would be prepared to endure an awful lot for you, Hiroki. After all...
Also, by the way, I'm sold on this outfit. Maybe without that cape and without the hat. But I'm so sold on that part. The rest of the... yeah. Yue approaches me, then links her arm through mine.
I've missed you.
Yue. I sigh, all thoughts of ice cream driven from my mind as Yue rests her head against my shoulder. I can feel her long, sleek hair brushing against my cheek, can smell too the distinctive scent of her shampoo. Yue feels very soft, not to mention warm.
I missed
you too.
Do you mean that truly?
Of course. I wish we could talk more often, for I know there is a few logistical issues there.
Indeed there are. If only I didn't have the Succubus realm to run. Perhaps I would be able to spend more time by your side, but alas.
Yue shakes her head.
Let us not dwell upon such sorry affairs for the present. I would far rather indulge in your company. I'd not pay the truly exorbitant fare to enter this theme park for us to be maudlin.
I quirk an eyebrow at this, amused as my eyes place across Yue's profile. Wait, did you pay the entry fee to come here then?
But of course. What do you take me for? I might be a succubus, but I'm not a criminal. I've lived long among you humans to know that theft is morally wrong. I can hardly indulge in petty criminal vices among you humans. Not when, in the Succubus realm, it is my duty to uphold law and order. That would make me a hypocrite.
I guess it would, yep. But, I'm sorry. I laugh, I can't help myself, but not when Yue looks so affronted. There's something pretty funny about the thought of you paying for a ticket to come here when you could have just teleported past the ticket barrier.
I could have done that, yes, but it would have been morally wrong. While I mightn't be a human, I want at least to act like an upstanding citizen.
I know you do, and you are. I think you're a very upstanding indeed. It's cute.
Cute? Am I?
You harems.
For some reason, that does not feel like a compliment.
No.
No, it feels like you are teasing me. But never mind. Why don't we enjoy ourselves a little while, Hiroki? I know you came here with several others, Ayu and Cosmos included, but now that I'm here, I would appreciate it if we could have some time together. It is so rare that we get any time alone. After all, I would very much like to show you how much I care for you. Would that be agreeable with you? Yeah, of course it would.
I don't even need to think about it. How can I say no to my adorable girlfriend? I could not say no. Half an hour later.
Hey, Hiroki! Where in the world were you? I was waiting for almost an hour! I know this theme park is crowded, but that's no excuse to keep a lady waiting for that long! What do you... so, you thoughtless?
Ayu's eyes dart to the right, and when they do, her gaze meets Yue's. I was so incensed. I guess that my long, untelegraphed absence, she didn't notice my +1.
Lady Yue, what are they here? What do you think? I came here to visit Hiroki. That much should be obvious given the nature of our relationship. I fail to see why I need to explain myself to you for. You're but one of my underlings after all. Now please stop gulping. It is uncouth, particularly for an idol. You should be careful, Ayu. If you let your mouth hang open like that, insects will fly in.
A giggling Cosmos darts forward, then accepts her bubblegum ice cream from my outstretched hand.
Hey there, Lady Yue. I didn't expect to see you, but it's nice you came. I hope you're having a good time. I'm having a tolerably good time, yes. Or at least I was until Ayu started glowering at me like that. Should you not be happy, Ayu, to see your queen? If I were you, I would be crying tears of joy. Oh yeah, I'm ecstatic. Your presence here is wonderful, milady, truly. I'm unworthy of your attention. You really are. If you knew any better, you would kneel before my feet and rub your head against my shoes in supplication. But that might not perhaps be appropriate, given how crowded it is. I would not want us to draw any undue attention. Now, here.
You hands Ayu her strawberry ice cream, which she was holding.
Take it and be grateful. Oh, thank you, milady. That was good of you, Lady Yue. You really are nice. I do my best, for I long believed ruling with an iron fist was conducive to having loyal, well-behaved servants, and I see there are other ways to earn respect beyond fear-mongering. Hiroki helped me realize that.
Yeah, you're giving me too much credit.
I'm giving you just as much credit as you deserve, no more, no less. Please do not shrink away from my praise. Can you not accept that I care about you?
I can accept it, sure. I'm not boorish enough, at least, to question your feelings, however confusing they might be. It's with a smile that I then hand Stephania her vanilla ice cream cone. I'm not smiling myself. Here you go, Steffi, this is what you wanted, right?
Oh yeah, it is, but
Stephania accepts the ice cream cone from me, then shyly she observes you.
Apologies for ignorance, but who is your companion? I do not believe I have ever met her before.
She is the real royalty.
That is Lady Yue. I respect her a lot. She's like our queen. Queen!
That's right! Queen! Stephania blinks, no doubt impressed.
You're of higher status than me. I'm only a princess, you see. My parents are the ones who rule over Astoria. Oh yeah, I've heard about you. You're Lady Stephania or whatever, are you not? Yeah, Stephania Sofia Maria Esbal of Astoria. Or you can call me Steffi. All my friends do, apart from Lizzie, who calls me milady.
Bold of you to assume you are US friend.
Lizzie would never admit to being my friend in any case, but she's my best friend, in fact. And what about you? Are you a member of royalty yourself, Lady Yue?
She's a queen! How dumb part. I feel bad for Astoria's future. Let's hope, like, Stephania's parents have a son or another daughter. Because if Stephania takes over, oof.
In a manner of speaking, I suppose.
Stephania might be a member of my harem, unfortunately. But she has no idea as to the existence of Succubus. I've been trying to keep that secret from her, I don't want to alarm her. The same can be said of Elizabeth. She might be Stephania's top maid, but she's also, as far as I can gather, quite ordinary. Or is she? Marina, Hifumi, and Hazel did have a few doubts about her when we were staying in the royal palace in Astoria, but Elizabeth's not done anything to make me doubt her humanity.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
I don't think Elizabeth is a succubus, at least, but...
Your name is... Elizabeth, is that correct? Yes, it is. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Elizabeth takes her dark skirts in both hands, then offers you a neat curtsy. Elizabeth's greeting is perfectly polite, as one may expect from a maid, but Yue looks perturbed by it.
You look awfully familiar. Do I? Indeed you do. There's something about the shape of your face, perhaps, or the color of your hair. Have we met before in passing? Perhaps we have. I cannot say for certain. How very curious. Well, never mind. Perhaps I'm imagining things.
No, you're not. You are not. I'm sure you are not.
I'm so busy with work. It seems unlikely I would have the opportunity to spend time with a woman such as yourself. I've never before been to Astoria, though I would not mind traveling. It seems a pleasant country by all accounts. Oh, it is! Astoria is very lovely! It's rather small, but it has no shortage of attractions. I hope you'll be able to come here or there one day, Lady Yue. Just Yue is fine. Oh, is it really? Of course, if you wish for me to call you Steffi, then I must insist that you dispense with formalities in turn when it comes to me. There is no need for us to bow and scrape before one another, not when we are both royalty.
But actually...
We're of the same status, you and I, not really. As such, I would like it if we could become friends. I have precious few of them, given I spend most of my time interacting with my subjects. Well, I wouldn't like to be presumptuous. But if you're alright with that, then I suppose I can call you Yue. Good. Then I shall call you Steffi, provided your maid does not take an issue with that. No, that is quite alright with me. I would be happy if milady could make more friends. I'm happy to hear it.
Yue cancels bet her ice cream, then smiles at Stephania.
Now, would you care to wander the theme park with me, Steffi? I've never been to a place such as this before, but I think experiencing it with you would be fun. As a fellow noble, there is much I believe that we can discuss with one another. I imagine we'll have a lot in common. Oh, that sounds wonderful. I look forward to getting to know more about you and the customs of the country from which you hail. And if Hiroki is a friend of mine.
Girlfriend! Yue is the girlfriend. And so, in the end... Okay, Elizabeth deserves more CGs. Once again, I'm gonna repeat that.
Oh my gosh, this is so much fun! Are you having fun, Yue? I've never been on a roller coaster before, but... Whoosh! Ah! Isn't just the best one with a sudden drop like that? My swag's touching, but in a good way! It's so hype! Well, I'm rather inclined to agree with you there. Ooh-hoo-hoo-hoo! Unaccustomed as I'm to roller coasters, I don't dislike how dynamic this experience is. I've never had much of a chance to cut loose as a monarch. Whoosh! Yay! But I think I could get used to this. I know, right? Isn't this the best? I can make a whale of time. I'm so glad you took me here, and do you know what? What? I'm glad I could experience this with you too. You are... Of course, it's another day I get to meet another royal. I feel like we have a lot of in common. Do you really think so? Yeah, we both coped up in balance all our lives. Now we both met Hiroki for. We can have fun. We're both doing things that normally we'd never be able to. Don't you think that's special? Well, when you phrase like that, I suppose it is rather special. I'm not sure if we're quite as similar as you seem to think. You're a lot bubblier than I am, for one, but... I'm glad I met you too, Stephania. I think you and I could become very good friends. Oh, I do hope so. I'm so happy. I don't know what to do with myself. It's so much fun. Whoosh. I don't want to date with friends.
I mean, it has to fall. I mean, it would make too much of a long episode. How would I upload if it wouldn't end? Also, I would like to spend time with other girls. Still haven't seen Hifumi, still haven't seen Marina. And we have to be with Stephania. I wonder about Yume Miruland for a while more, with my companions talking to them all the while. Together we attend various attractions until near the end of the day I will make something of a scene. Oh boy. My group winds up going at Cosmos's behest to stage show. It's the sort of show they often stage at theme parks, open air on a dinky little stage set up in front of one of the gentler rides for kids. It's a pretty low budget sort of a show that features actresses dressed up as magical girls from a series I presume must be currently airing. These actresses are occupied with defending the world, aka the audience, from the force of evil, aka a few more actors dressed up in scary monster costumes. The magical girls duke it out on stage with the monsters, while jubilant music plays through the loudspeakers, and the narrator stands to one side appealing to the audience for their help. Huh. Why does it sound sort of familiar?
Clap your hands, everybody, and cheer out for Cool Muse and Cool Marine. They're both doing their best to defend us, but they need your help. Let's all give them a round of applause.
The audience of the show, which mostly comprised of the kids, all began to cheer enthusiastically, as too does Cosmos.
You can do it, Cool Muse. You can do it, Cool Marine. I believe in you. Don't let the bad guys get the better of you. You can overcome all ills with the power of friendship. Understandable children getting worked up over a silly show like this, but what are you shrieking for? Aren't you supposed to be an adult? Nominally, you suppose. So admit you really are a child.
I rolled her eyes.
The fingers, you've always been so mature. But I don't understand how you can't cheer on Cool Muse and Cool Marine. They're both like so awesome. They're only middle school students, but they had a lot of problems. Cool Muse is actually really shy, and Cool Marine has a lot of brothers and sisters to look after, but they don't buckle under their problems. They continue to do their best, both at school, and they're fighting the evil Dark Rangers. They worry a lot, and sometimes they think about giving up, but they never do. They fight for love, truth, and justice. I think it's very beautiful. One day, I'd like to grow up to be just like them. Alright, well, that's a very beautiful dream, Cosmos. Thank you. I'm glad you think so. But you're already grown up. You're a cat girl, not a kid, and you shouldn't be worshipping magical girls at your age. The clue is in the name, dummy. They're magical girls, not women. These shows are supposed to appeal to 6-year-olds. You're way out of the target demographic. Isn't that right, Lady Yue?
I look to Lady Yue for support, but...
You can do it, Cool Marine. Don't give in. I'm rooting for you, Cool Muse. You've always been my favorite.
Yue inexplicably seems to be pretty into this, and so does Stephania, for I've never asked. Well, I'm not surprised Stephania would be enjoying herself, but Yue's reaction throws me. Do you like magical girl shows, Yue?
What?
Yue turns to me somewhat awkwardly, and her face begins to flash.
I don't make a habit of watching such shows, of course. They are like, how you said, rather childish, but pretty cool is rather nostalgic. I used to watch it in the mornings when I lived in Japan, back when I still attended high school. The cools back then were different, of course. They were Cool Ivory and Cool Ebony, but the show's still pretty similar to the way it used to be. I still keep up with the newer seasons when I can. It's an easy way to pass the time. It's not like I'm really into pretty cool and anything for...
You are so into that. Oh no, that's unusual. You is actually blushing. I wonder what to make of this. I'm gonna say...
It's cute!
It's pretty adorable, really. I feel like I'm learning a lot about Yue today.
Hey, you like pretty cool? It's alright, I suppose. I think the fight scenes are a lot of fun. Oh, me too, me too! Pretty cool is really awesome, isn't it? I've seen every single season to date. I like it a lot. I think it has a lot of life in less... a lot of life lessons we could all learn from, huh? My favorite season is the 5th one with Cool Peach and Cool Plum, but the newest season's not bad either. I like Cool Marine, huh? She's so funny. I was actually working on a cosplay of Cool Marine. I think my fans would like that. I'd like to see that too. I'm a huge Pretty Cool fan. Nobody asked. You are? Of course, it's one of Japan's most popular TV shows. I wouldn't be able to call myself a Japanophile.
Ah, cringe.
If I hadn't seen it.
Yeah, like...
Meanwhile, I'm actually Japanese, and I didn't understand the hype. It's just dumb kiddie stuff.
Are you Japanese for?
Oh, are you poor, uneducated, are you? What? Why look at me like that? I think it's rather sad you don't understand the appeal of pretty cool. You're missing out. Your heart must be a withered, dried out old thing indeed. Without love, it really can't be seen. What on earth are you babbling about? You're deluded! You don't get the pretty cool appeal, do you, Hiroki?
Not much, I'll admit. But then again, I'm a guy. I don't think I'm the target audience.
None of us are! We're all too old for that! So you admit you are getting on in your years then? What? No, how dare you!
Ayu descends upon Cosmos, meaning perhaps to pinch her cheeks, but before she can enact her revenge, the MC cries out,
Oh, is that familiar face I can spy in the crowd?
Hmm? At this, the crowd turns en masse. They're all staring at this. Soon transpires at...
You of there in the pink sweater, are you Ikue Ayu?
What?
Abashed at the sudden attention, Ayu draws away from Cosmos, then says,
Yes, I am. It's me. Are you in the flesh?
A ripple runs through the audience at this announcement. They all seem to know who Ayu is. Even the little kids who were watching the cools fighting with rapt attention. I hear a young boy, at least I think it's a young boy, a few pieces away cry something that sounds like,
Ayu! It's really here, she's so cute!
while a girl says,
Ayu, where is she? I want to see her, I want to hear her sing!
The MC, who really ought to be narrating the cool's valiant fight with their enemies, which is still unfolding on stage, grins then says, even before he says something like, oh, would you sing that theme of our freaking show? And I actually knows it because she watches it. I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, isn't that a coincidence? I could barely believe my eyes when I saw, but you really must be Ayu. I'm actually a huge fan of yours. I never dreamed I might see you one day.
You are fun, but you've never been to a concert, it sounds like that.
Oh, well.
Again, acceptable to be fair. Ayu smirks. She seems to have recovered from her initial disorientation, and flipping one of her pigtails over her shoulders, she says,
That goes without saying. I'm Japan's #1 idol for a reason. Everybody loves me and I love everybody else in return. I live for my fans. I love all of you.
I'm glad to hear it. Maybe this is still rude since you're having a day off and all, but if you love us, would you mind coming up on stage? The Cools could use some moral support to help them fight off the Dark Rangers. I think a song from you should help out. They'll give them the boost they need to keep on fighting.
You want me to sing, huh? I probably shouldn't, not without clearing things with my agency, but... Ah, what the heck. I'd hate to let all those cute boys and girls down, so I'll do my best. I want the pretty Cools to win too. I'm a huge fan of theirs.
You liar. Cosmos murmurs this, but she does it so softly nobody notices. Ayu, now smiling angelically, walks through the crowd, which parts for her, then ascends onto the stage with all the self-confidence of a goddess.
Here you go, Ayu.
The MC hands Ayu a microphone, which she accepts, smiling sweetly all the while.
With your build voice, you should be able to defeat the weak Dark Rangers for good and bring about for world peace. I believe in you, don't you, boys and girls?
Yeah! You can do it, I believe in you. Do your best. You're so pretty, I know. I did my hair just like you, look, I'm your biggest fan. No, me. I'm your bestest idol in the world. When I get out, I wanna be you. When I get out, I wanna date you. You can do it, you. Oh my.
Ayu surveys the crowd of cheering, whooping children with a small smile. Her face looks a little flushed, owing to the sudden influx of praise. Ayu might talk about her fans in that dismissive manner in private at least, but I guess not even she's hard-hearted enough to turn her nose up at a bunch of little kids.
It's very gratifying to hear those kind words from you. Thank you very much, everybody. While you might be a little too young to marry me.
Ayu catches the eye of the impetuous young boy who all but proposed and grins.
I can certainly sing for you. I'll put my all into this song, and I'll defeat the Dark Rangers for good. Now, do you think I do it, boys and girls?
Yes, you can!
There's nothing you can do, Ayu. You're my hero, Ayu. I love you, Ayu. You're so cool. Ayu. Hey, that sounds like a yes to me. Thank you so much for believing me, everybody.
Please don't make me try even sing in this voice.
You're being so sweet. How can I transfer your expectations? Now please listen to my song.
Ayu clears her throat, then brings the mic to her mouth. Don't do this to me, game.
Iko Ayu is going to begin.
There is a brief pause during which Ayu mentally prepares, and then a few seconds later she begins to sing. Ayu's song isn't accompanied by the backing track, as it usually is during her live performances, but that does matter. By the way, it's such a nice CG right now. She looks really nice on this one. And I'm not talking about the skirt part. Like, the face is, I would say, sort of mesmerizing. This is a cappella rendition of her latest single is beautiful in its own right. I feel like she should be singing the theme of the show, but well, whatever. I always thought Ayu's voice was attached to high pitched, but now I'm starting to wonder whether I was judging her too harshly. I never realized until today just how gifted a singer Ayu is. She holds one arm aloft as she sings, a pure, guileless smile upon her face. The wind stirs at Ayu's hair, so it shifts about her shoulders. Her wild eyes, meanwhile, seem to be sparkling. Ayu looks completely in her element, standing up on the stage as she is. Her confidence is overwhelming, so much so I can't tear my eyes away from her, and I'm not the only one. The kids in the audience too are all staring at Ayu with their mouths open. They were cheering pretty loud before Ayu began to sing, but now she's begun. They've all fallen quiet. Nobody talks while Ayu sings. I don't think anybody's even thinking of talking. Ayu's singing really is captivating. Oh, that's also the word I was looking for earlier. The way she looks is captivating too. There is something warm about Ayu's voice, something sweet and gentle. Listening to it makes me feel protected. It's been a long time since I felt this relaxed. Time wears on, and the park eventually closes. When this happens, I have to leave, alongside my assorted group of succubi, plus one European princess and her evil, dutiful maid. Dude, in before we run into those high schoolers again. Yue wishes me a farewell and returns to the Sako's realm, after pressing a quick kiss against my cheek.
Oh, don't leave me, Yue. I wanted to spend more time with you, actually.
I'm Cosmos, Stephania, and Elizabeth, and I meanwhile have to take a train back into the central Tokyo where we all live. Wait at the station for about 10 minutes until the train arrives, and then we board it alongside an influx of other guests from the park all of us spent after our busy day. Elizabeth and Stephania sit together, as do Ayu and Cosmos. I step apart from them and smile when I watch them. Stephania is engaged in an animated discussion with Elizabeth about all the rides she went on, and the delicious food she ate, and all the fun she had. She's so excited I can hear her even above the rumbling of the train.
The parks really are amazing. I'm so glad I was afforded the opportunity to visit one. I never thought I would be able to have such an experience while I was growing up in the palace. For once I feel like an ordinary woman, but goodness, it is liberating. Being ordinary has never been more fun.
I would have to question Stephania's self-proclaimed normalcy, given she's pontificating about her aforementioned normalcy to her maid, but I don't cut into her conversation. That would seem crass, particularly when she's having such a good time. As for Cosmos and Ayu, meanwhile, well,
cute! Meow.
they are both fast asleep. Ayu's head is resting upon Cosmos' shoulder, while Cosmos' cheek is pressed against Ayu's forehead. Ayu's lips are pursed, almost as though she's awaiting a kiss, and her long lashes practically seem to melt together. Cosmos' lips, meanwhile, are curting a small smile. The train judders back and forth, the wheels screeching on the metal tracks, but...
Meow.
neither of them stir. No, this is quite the curious sight. I've never seen Ayu cuddle up so closely to Cosmos, not of her own volition at least. If she were awake, there's no way I would stand for this. I can easily imagine her springing away from Cosmos, her brow furrowed, an angry cry of...
As if I never cuddle up to you, you idiot! I don't want to catch your fleas or worse! For all I know, you might have rabies, you stupid good-for-nothing cuddler! Get away from me!
I was being her usual aggressive self right now, however. Not even she can maintain her perpetual pissiness when she's passed out, I suppose. Right now, cuddled up together like a pair of kittens in a basket, they really do look like best friends. For I know Ayu, of course, would be infuriated that such a thought ever crossed my mind. I'll keep this to myself, so as not to incur the future. Awoken Ayu's wrath, but...
Meow.
They look rather cute together. And you say you don't like Cosmos, are you? I murmured to myself, amused by this turn of events. I'm sure you must like her deep down, this proves it. Compelled by some devious impulse, I fished my phone out of my pocket, then angled it at a pair of sleeping besties. I would do the same. I opened my camera function, shifts back a little in my seat, and then click. Boop! There. Now I have photographic proof of Cosmos and Ayu's closeness saved on my phone for future posterity. Send it to all the Succubuses. I have no plans of actually showing this photo to Ayu. I don't want her scratching my eyes out, but she looks so cute right now. It'd be a shame to let the moment pass without commemorating it in some way. I'll always remember this moment, at least even if I won't. I don't forget today's events, nor how much fun we've all had together. I'm not a big fan of theme parks, but I really did enjoy myself. And I'm enjoying myself all the more now, after seeing Ayu and Cosmos getting along so well. That was good. The train eventually pulls into our station, and when it does, I rise to my feet, stretching so my joints click. Then I step off the train alongside Stephania and Elizabeth. Cosmos and Ayu remain on the train, still sitting together, for they've both since awoken from their shared sleep. They both live a little further down the line, so they don't join us, for we do share our quick farewells. The doors of the train close behind me with a hiss, and then it departs, taking Ayu and Cosmos deeper into the heart of Tokyo. Flanked by Stephanie and Elizabeth, I went my way back home to my crudely rundown apartment. The sun has well and truly set at this point, and the streets through which I walk are dark, illuminated by the artificial orange glow of the street lamps and the moon which hangs overhead. My footsteps fall against the ground with a series of discordant toots, which mingle with the sharp strikes of Elizabeth's heels. Stephania was animated enough on the train, as she chattered 19 to the dozen with Elizabeth, but I think her energy is beginning to run out. She yawns, one hand pressed to her mouth, and her body lifts to one side.
Careful, milady.
Fortunately, Elizabeth is there to catch her, as any goods made out, before she can carry into the ground.
We do not have long to go now. Do try to hang in there. Oh yeah, my apologies, I do not mean to make you worry for me, I'm just...
Stephanie yawns again, more tears bedding in the corners of her eyes.
So very tired? You pushed yourself too hard, milady. You went on rather too many rides in too short of a space of time. It is no wonder that you would be tired. While working hard is a phenomenon everybody is aware of, it is possible to play too hard too. You are not accustomed to cutting loose, so of course you would be weary after a day spent having so much fun. Yeah, you might be right, I was running around and overload. My feet are somewhat sore. Would you like me to give them a massage once we return? Would you do that, Lizzie? For you, milady. Of course, there is nothing I would not do for you. You are very dear to me. I wish for nothing save your happiness. For I am aware, of course, that your newfound happiness is largely contingent upon Mr. Ogasawara. Dude, it was Ogasawara, wasn't it? It's the second time you messed up the name of his.
I think they didn't write it in the description actually this time around. Hiroki. But I'm pretty freaking certain it was Ogasawara. By the way, 1, 2, 3, 4. There were 4 games released between Sakura Succubus 6 and 7. I now look. Yeah, it's Ogasawara. I see this in the description of Sakura Succubus 6. Anyway. That being the case, I would not be...
that being the case, I would not be averse to the idea of massaging a feet to Mr. Ogasawara. Would you wish it? Weird fetish. Very weird fetish.
No, it's fine. It's up. Yeah, if she asked me, I would pass on that. I would pass on that. Yeah. Overall, my feet are too much in ruins. From first football in the past, for running after that as a workout. Yeah. Anyway, what? I glance away a little flustered by Elizabeth's earnest entreaty. It seems a bit silly, really, to get so worked up over such a statement when I've engaged in all manner of intimate relationship with all manner of women, but I don't think I've ever had a foot massage before. It sounds kind of intimate. Is it something I'd be interested in? Fine. I wouldn't mind, I guess, but I'm not sure why you seem so enthused. You don't have a foot fetish, do you, Elizabeth?
No, not that I know of. My only fetish is serving others and making them feel good. For if I get to my place to place my hands all over your cute souls in the process, I would consider it a victory.
She has a foot fetish. Definitely. Cute? That's the last word I used to describe feet, my own in particular. Gee, I can't tell if Elizabeth is teasing me or not. It's hard to tell when her tone is so impassive. It's all kinds of weird. I've never met a woman so desperate to stroke my toes before. That sounds so bad! I shake my head bemused and resume my walk to my apartment. We're not too far away now. There is only about 5 minutes ago and I feel, despite the strange structure of my conversation with Elizabeth, thoroughly relaxed. I'm ready to head back inside and get some much needed shut-eye when... Not for the first time, I feel a shiver run down my spine. I felt this way before, and recently too. It's the same sensation that assigned me back at the park when Cosmos, Elizabeth and Stephania were sipping on their bubble tea. It feels like there's somebody or something watching me, something with a truly terrifying presence.
Mr. Ogasawara? Is something the matter? You are not that unnerved at the prospect of me teaching your bare toes, are you?
No. If I'm being honest, my feet were the last thing on my mind this last half a minute. The unpleasant sensation which spread through me put all the other thoughts from my mind. I still feel out of sorts, but... If I cast my gaze this way and that, I can't see anything which might be causing my discomfort. The street is full of shadows through which would make perfect places for any interlopers to hide, but I can't detect even the faintest flicker of movement. The uncomfortable coldness inside my base, meanwhile, already seems to have thawed. Was I imagining things? I hope so. I so hope. There mightn't be any genuine physical threat, but the lingering what if has left me feeling tense and edgy. What in the world am I getting so worked up about? Who knows? Where is Elizabeth CG?
Yare.
There should be a CG. There should be a CG of Elizabeth massaging someone's foot right now. I wonder if that was that girl we've run into. I would assume it would be her presence that we feel. First of all, because for some reason she knew our name, right? And the second thing being wait, no, she knew our name and she seemed like she was observing us of sorts. Maybe in that situation where we kind of bumped into her, she lost us, you know. There is also that thing, because there were a lot of people and so on. I think it's her. But I do not know why. What's her motive and so on. Well, maybe we'll find out eventually. For now, it's already over 2 hours. A little bit. So let's end it right here. The next day, tomorrow, we'll see where this is going. It was enjoyable. And let's be clear here. I'm not hating on Stephania, but again, to me, she's not much of a romantic interest in the game. That's about it. She'll be okay as a friend, I guess. That's about it. With that being said, let's end it. Consider liking the video if you enjoyed it. That's super appreciated. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. We'll go through entire Sakura Succubus 7. Because why wouldn't we? And the future Sakura games, if there are any still. And there is Twitch, Twitter, Instagram description. If you're into any of that stuff, consider following me there too. With that being said, hope you all have a wonderful day. And tomorrow, we will check out what we'll be doing. Because maybe we'll be going somewhere again, right? Maybe there's another interesting place in Tokyo the Cosmos wants to show to the girls, to the visitors from Astoria. Alright, bye bye.